You've taken the time to invest in a Garmin watch and you're using the Garmin Dashboard. How can we validate that you're fully recovered on a daily basis? That's a great question. Let's take a look at it from several perspectives. Congratulations on investing in the Garmin Dashboard. I'm a big fan of the Garmin Dashboard and its capabilities, particularly with the biofeedback indicators that it gives you, not only on the work side, but on the recovery side. When you open up your Garmin Dashboard, I hope you do this on a daily basis, I always want you to start by looking at body battery. Now, when we look at the body battery, I want you to not only pay close attention to the top number, the blue, which is your recovery number, I want you to also take a look at what is the black bottom number? What's the black dot? So if you put your mouse over it on the computer or you hold your finger down on your phone, you're going to be able to see what is your depletion number, right? So you start your day at 100, it goes all the way down to a 10 at the end of the day. Well, when you go back at the end of the day and you ask yourself, what did you do that contributed to that level of depletion? When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to reverse engineer. You start again tomorrow at 100. Ask yourself, what did you do that allowed you to pick up 90 points, right? You went from a 90 points, You went from 100 on Monday. At the end of Monday, you went all the way down to a 10. You burnt 90. Next day, you come back on Tuesday morning, your body battery is right back up to 100. This is where the Garmin gives you so much information that I find it interesting that you can even allow yourself to overtrain. Now, we're not getting into analysis paralysis with these dashboards. And what I mean by that is there used to be a time you only got one variable that helps you understand if you were overtrained in Garmin. That was your resting heart rate in the morning. And of course, it's still available here on the Garmin Dashboard. What we want to do is have as many variables as possible to cross-validate the accuracy of are you adequately recovered. I don't want to stay focused on the negative side. If you are not recovering on a daily basis, you're on the fast track to adrenal fatigue. It's just a given, right? The body's inability to recover on a daily basis is going to overwork your adrenal system, and you will end up with a diagnosis of, hey, you have Epstein-Barr, you have chronic fatigue, you have Addison's. Fatigue-related diseases that are avoidable if you look at biofeedback indicators. We go and we look at the body battery. Here's where I want you to pay more attention to the bottom black dot. Yesterday you started at 100, it went all the way down to a 10. What contributed to that depletion rate of 90? What's going on at work? What's going on at school? What did you do for cross training? What did you do for the sport specificity that you're training for? What was the average in the max heart rate? What was your calorie burn? What was your sweat rate? Now, before you get overwhelmed, understand that Garmin is capturing every one of those variables for you. If you step on the scale before and after a workout, you can figure out your sweat rate. You've got a calorie counter on your watch every single second of every single day. There's a dashboard there. Calories in, calories out. If you're using MyFitnessPal, tracking what you're taking in, it's very simple to see if you've bridged that calorie gap. Now, here's the cool part about the Garmin, and when you look at the body battery, your inability to bounce back day over day simply means that the overall workload yesterday, personally, professionally, athletically, was simply more than your body could recover from. If you don't go all the way back up to 100 every day, you got to recognize that the depletion number, it's almost like an integer line. Go back to early math, right? If you start the day at a +5 and you end the day at a -5, you've got to come up at least 5 to get into the positive. You've got to come up at least 10 to start where you started yesterday. Not trying to insult your math skills here at all, but the beautiful part about the Garmin is between body battery, you can look at what did I start with and what was my depletion rate. You can go and look at your activity dashboard, what contributed athletically to that depletion number. Now, this is a little bit more sophisticated, so if you're not comfortable with it, please, just be patient with me for 15 seconds. This is where if you guys are looking at your body battery and you log in, let's say on an hourly or maybe every 2 hours, you're able to see, hey, I just got out of school, or I just got out of a presentation, I just had that budget meeting. How much did that take out of your body battery? If you go into the meeting at a 90 and you come out of it at a 60, where you lost 30 points. So then when you get to the end of the day, you can say, okay, that meeting took out 30 of my points. You can look at the beginning and the end of a workout. Let's say it was an easy 1 hour even tempo heart rate zone 2. You can look at literally what your body battery was at the beginning of that hour, after an hour, and you can see how much it took out of you. If you have followed me for any period of time, you know we talk a lot about the 4 pillars of success: preparation, fitness, execution and strategy, and recovery. And that's where this takes on another dynamic, because if your body battery, if you came into the workout properly hydrated, the workout is not going to be as difficult on the human body. Think about it. If you're dehydrated and your body starts to create internal heat through physical activity, something that's already dehydrated is going to be overheating. So an easy 1 hour heart rate zone 2 is going to be harder than it should be. There's the key word should. That's where all these pieces of the puzzle start to really fit together. What we're looking and striving to do is set yourself up for a productive workout. Evaluate how much that workout took out of you, and taking it another step, if you want to go hyper sophisticated, is you'll start to build a track record. You know that you can do a 90-minute bike ride, heart rate zone 2 on the same loop that you normally do. And you know that that usually will cost you, let's say, 12 to 15 points on your body battery. Just a complete hypothetical. Well, if the next time or a week or a month from now you're doing that and you see that the battery burn rate's going up, you know, hey, there's something wrong. Maybe I haven't eaten enough calories before I started that bike workout. Maybe I'm behind on fluid. Or maybe something's going on at the office or at school that's driving your stress score up and it's depleting the body. Remember, your body can only handle so much stress. I always use a seesaw or a teeter-totter to kind of create a balance and to create an idea associated with balance. Your body can't take on more than you can absorb. If you do, you get out of balance, and that's where we start running into all kinds of health issues, not to even mention performance issues. Hopefully this is starting to shed more and more light on the idea of Garmin is a tremendous resource for you to validate, did you recover sufficiently from yesterday, personally, professionally, athletically? When you look at the cost of that workout, caloric burn rate, sweat rate, and then you see your body battery, did you come all the way back up to 100? That's going to be your goal. Now, as you continue to get fitter and fitter, you might be able to do that 90-minute, 1 hour heart rate zone 2. And instead of you having a burn rate of, let's say, 25 points, you might get so strong and you might be so aerobically efficient, maybe you end up decreasing that burn rate. That's another way that you can evaluate that your that your performance is improving 1% training block over training block. You can add getting faster at a lower heart rate, another checks and balance. I could continue to go on with the different examples, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understood the body battery is a tremendous resource for you. Again, there's other variables in there. There's HRV, resting heart rate, sleep score, sleep ratios. I only wanted to focus on body battery. If this video by chance has created any questions whatsoever, I want you to send them to me. Me and my staff would love to get back to any and all questions that you have. Feel free to send us an email, contact@coachrob.com. We're putting out a new video every day here on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and please turn on those notifications. Thank you for your time today, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.